What's up guys, it's Chris Majestic and today we're reviewing the Google Home Mini. Spoiler alert, Alexa is in trouble.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Hey Google, let's watch a movie.
Aw yeah, you already know I gotcha bro, let's do this.
Hey Google, turn on the house alarm.
No problem, the house is secure.
Hey Google, I'm cold.
Sure, setting the downstairs to 70 degrees.
Hey Google, play Dolby Atmos review from YouTube on Shield.
Sure, playing Dolby Atmos review from YouTube on Shield.
So almost exactly a year ago, I reviewed the Google Home. Well, today we're here to look at its little brother known as the Google Home Mini. So if you're unfamiliar with the Google Home, it's a smart home speaker that has Google Assistant built into it. So the Google Home Mini is basically a smaller version of the original Google Home. Not only is it a lot smaller, but it's also way cheaper. So right now, the original Google Home costs around 130 bucks, while the Google Home Mini only costs 50 bucks, and you're getting mostly the same exact functionality out of it. So as soon as I cracked this thing open, I immediately thought that it looked pretty cool. So the design is going to be really simple. On the back, you have a micro USB port and a mute switch. That's pretty much all you're going to see on it. Now, even though it doesn't look like it because it has a fabric top, the top is actually touch sensitive. So you can tap on the left side of it to decrease the volume and tap on the right to increase the volume. Now, what's interesting is that when it was originally released, you could actually touch the top of it to activate the action button just like you could on the original Google Home. But there was a privacy issue where the button would actually activate on its own and record conversations, so Google decided to permanently disable the button. So just like the original Google Home, you can ask the Google Assistant questions by using the wake word, which is OK Google. You can also use Hey Google, which is what I use to avoid triggering my phone all the time, and Hey Google sounds more natural anyway. So of course you can use the Google Home Mini to answer all sorts of search questions, add stuff to your calendar, make a shopping list or whatever. But some of the coolest things that I like to use it for is to control my smart home devices and to play whole home music. Now, even though it doesn't have an aux port like the Echo Dot, there is a way around this using what's called the Chromecast audio, but it does require you to go out and spend an additional $35. Now, I personally think that it's pretty cool and worth the money, especially if you have speakers in different rooms of your house, since you can easily do whole home audio with it. Now, there are a few new features that were recently added that didn't exist on the original Google Home when it was first released. So now the Google Home and the Google Home Mini actually have real voice recognition that supports multiple profiles. This means you can actually have multiple users, and it actually uses voice recognition to determine who's who. Another cool feature is that it now allows free voice calls from your actual mobile number. So for example, I can ask it to call mom, and it actually knows to call my mom, and my number is going to show up on her phone instead of some random number. But what's awesome is that since it uses real voice recognition, if my wife says call mom, it actually calls her mom instead of mine, which is nice. Okay, so what about the sound quality? Well, here I actually have the original Google Home, the Google Home Mini, the Amazon Echo Dot, and the original Amazon Echo. So let's do a really quick sound comparison.
Here's a sample of Unforgettable by French Montana featuring Sway Lee. Here's a sample of Unforgettable by French Montana featuring Sway Lee.
Alright, Unforgettable by French Montana, playing on Google Play Music. Alright, Unforgettable by French Montana, here it is on Google Play Music.
So as you can see, the Google Home Mini does get pretty loud for its size. Now, its size clearly doesn't compare to the Google Home or the original Echo, but it definitely sounds 100% better than the Echo Dot. So now I know what you're wondering. You're wondering which one is better, the Google Home Mini or the Amazon Echo Dot. Well, I'll say my personal preference is actually the Google Home Mini, but there are 3 caveats. The first thing is that the feature that I use most often more than anything else on the Echo Dot is the drop-in feature. So unfortunately, you can't do this on the Google Home right now. Now, to be fair, this feature is fairly new to the Amazon Echo, and it did take them a couple of years to do it, so I do think it's something that Google will do in the future. Another thing is that the Amazon Echo does link with a lot more smart home devices than the Google Home. Now, Google has greatly expanded the smart home compatibility a lot with the Google Home in such a short period, but they do still have some catching up to do when it comes down to the Amazon Echo. That being said, it does connect to everything I've ever wanted to connect it to in my house. And the third issue is the lack of an action button. Now, I know you're probably thinking, so what, I'd probably never use it anyway, but if you're thinking about using the Google Home Mini for music, you might change your mind. And that's because if you're playing music really loudly and you want to stop or pause the music, you have to actually yell over the speaker in order to get it to stop. So on the original Google Home where you had the action button, you can just slap the top of the Google Home and get it to stop the music immediately. Now, even with those few drawbacks, I do still recommend it over the Echo and the Echo Dot. The fact that it's connected to the largest search engine in the world makes it much better at answering questions that Alexa can't answer. Not to mention the rate in which Google has been adding features to the Google Home. Even though the Amazon Echo had a 2-year head start, the Google Home is pretty much caught up to the Amazon Echo inside of a year. So even though it's not perfect, I do think it'll get better as time goes on. So I would be interested to see what you use your Google Home for, or what you may want to use it for if you buy it. So go ahead and post in the comment section and we'll get a conversation started. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to go ahead and mash that like button for me. And if you're not already subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber, go ahead and hit that bell. That's going to give you instant notifications whenever I post a new video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.